Well, hello everybody. It's Monday night and time for another Facebook Live with Leanne. We are doing Stamp with Me tonight, and that is where we make cards together. If you want to, you can watch, you can join me stamping right along with me, or yeah, watch later. Some of you will be watching this later. So let me get my laptop synced up. And it looks like I'm a little crooked too. Is that gonna straighten it out? Yeah, that's a little bit better. All right, hey Annette, first one on tonight. Are you stamping tonight or just watching? So I thought you would be intrigued by using up scraps on this, and I'm sure you've done something like this in the past, but maybe this is a little different spin on using your scraps. So I'm not going to use this paper tonight. This is the pattern party paper, and it's all black and white with a little pop of color on the reverse side of the black and white. Hi, good evening, Babette, Marcy, Carol, Betty, Debbie, awesome, hello. Um, okay, all right, so let's get started. So I did give you the measurements ahead of time, and this piece right here is 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. And basically all you do, and I even have a piece that is kind of have a mar on it, so I'm using that because it doesn't matter because we're covering it up. So like I said, this is the Pattern Party Designer paper, and this is a host choice that you can get with a $150 order. You earn hostess benefits. And that is one of the great deals for people who order over 150 is this Pattern Party paper. It is valued well over $30, and I think it's $18 for hostesses. So yeah, demonstrators and customers alike can get this. You might wonder where this is from. I posted on the post, I mentioned that I used a new stamp set. So this is called Friendly Hello, and it is a celebration choice, and it's actually free with a $100 order, but you get designer paper with it. And you know, I didn't use that paper. I should have. I don't know, I guess I was in the mood to use the Ever Eden paper. So that's what I'm doing tonight. But this is where this stamp is from, that greeting. And I'm gonna use that tonight as well. And then there's this. This is a brand new punch. Hopefully you can kind of see that. It is called the Bow Punch, or Bow. I don't know if, I think we should say Bow, B-A-B-O-U-G-H. So that is, yeah, that is a new punch, and you can see it kind of has buds and leaves, so that's very clever for them to add both. As you can see, I used both here. Okay, all right, let's get started. I'll leave that in the corner. And what I'm using today is the Ever Eden, and that is going away in January, so that this is the Ever Eden designer paper. And it is while supplies last, and it is soft succulent, evergreen, and white, and gold, of course, as you can see. So it's beautiful. And yeah, I had a bunch of strips that I thought I would use. So I did pre-cut some, and I also cut some of the metallic paper as well, because it has a little bit of gold on it. So let me show you what I did. So I used my Seal Plus, and a hint on when you're doing this, you can use the liquid Tombow as well, but I think it's a little messier, and so just a really nice adhesive. And be sure you get in the corners, because every now and then you have a small little piece like this one that you need adhesive on to make it stick. Okay, so we're gonna start just anywhere, and I'm gonna make sure this pattern is going the correct way, up and down on my end anyway. And then we'll just keep adding. And so what I like to do is start in the middle somewhere. It doesn't matter high or low, just somewhere in the middle. And then as I add the paper, I'm going to push it so it's against the previous one. Okay, and you want to alternate your thicknesses a little bit. I mean, you could do it exactly the same, but you sure wouldn't have to. We gotta get some gold in here. And like I said, I'm pushing up against the previous designer paper, trying to get some, oh, I think I want a dark piece here. And I'm not worrying about the edges. You can worry about that later. You certainly don't have to. And the strips are anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to maybe 5/8 inch, 1/2 inch. Honestly, I did not measure. Let me show you a little trick on, I'm gonna scoot this away really quick and get my paper trimmer out and show you how I would do that. So make sure your paper is straight. Obviously you want to have your edges even. So this is, it looks like 1 3/4 or so. So all I do is slide that over, and if I want it 1/4 of an inch, there is a 1/4 of an inch. The nice thing about starting out with a longer, or I guess, yeah, longer piece of paper is that you have more play. Now here, I'm not even going to, that's I think 1/3. So we'll just do 1/3. And then here, I will go all the way over to 1/2. If you try and work with these little pieces and trim those off, you will struggle a little bit more. So it's better to start out with a longer, I mean, yes, you're making strips, but at least give yourself some play at 1 1/2 inches or something. So that's my tip on cutting these tiny or thin little strips. Okay, let's get back to this. And what do I want to do next? Oh, I've got some other ones here too. And obviously you would turn over each piece, and I want to get more of that. So I want to kind of push it on an angle, put it on an angle until it's in place, and then let it go down. And it's okay if it overlaps, but you don't want a gap. You really do not want a gap. No, I want a wider piece here. And you know, if your paper is not cut perfectly, it's okay, because you can, I want something dark, but I think this will work. I want a thinner piece. It's just kind of fun to play and see what you grab. I'm trying to alternate dark and light. Oh, I should have had some gold in here. Let's see. See if I can pull that up. Yep, I can. Yeah, we need to have some more of that gold. And then we'll do this piece right here. We'll make sure that, oh, we have a tiny little strip left. I'm gonna wait till later for that one, just because it may prove a little difficult. Oh, no. I want this one, but it's kind of the same width. Yep, I'm going to use it anyway. So it's just a matter of adhering. So what do I want next? It's more of the dark. Now this time I'm going to choose a wide enough piece where I do not have to, yeah, I think that'll work. There. Okay, and now what I'm going to do here is trim off, I think I'll trim off this piece and just add a little bit of glue there. And I guess I'll do this side and let that rest. So then you turn it over. You bring your paper trimmer back in and you turn it over and you use your, and this is where if you cut it, say to 2 1/2 inch and then trim it to 2 1/4, you could trim your cardstock and your designer paper all at the same time. Where here I'm going to have to kind of use my eye to, we'll see, pretty good. Now I can use, I'll pull this down, now I can use this edge to make sure that I'm straight. Okay, and just keep going. The first one is a little bit tricky. Okay, you have a lot of little scraps left over. Okay, and there's our piece. so much prettier after it's all trimmed off. Get those off of there. Now I put it right over my workspace here. That was kind of silly. We'll just pull those scraps away and toss them here. You could save some and use them for these little corners, but it's not really necessary. All right, so the card base, I did do a tall card. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So look at that. Isn't that just striking? Yeah, there's a little something there. Okay, so there you go. And then I did cut out one of these labels from the hippo dies. So I brought those over so you can see one of my favorite sets of dies. If you don't have them, and like I've said before, I don't own the hippo stamp set, but I like the labels. There's actually 10 labels in this set, 3 here, 3 here, and 4 of this one. So well worth the money, in my opinion, for those dies. Okay, so let us stamp, and I grabbed my ink, but I didn't bring it over. My stamping area is about 3 feet away. I sit at a table for Facebook Live as the lighting is so much better here. Okay, we are going to stamp on that using that friendly hello, and I'm using the evergreen, evening evergreen. Okay, just want to be sure there's nothing on there. And this kind of barely fits. I'm going to give it a little huff. Oh, I better straighten this out. Do my best to stamp straight. And while I have that, I'm going to do the other one. I was going to mention to you, when you're cutting out a label, if you don't have the perfect size, why don't you consider doing this sometime and cutting it out of a larger piece and making a frame. So then you could put this on, I don't know, another piece of cardstock and use that to stamp on, and you have a layer ready for stamping. So this can be popped up. It can be used in any other way you could texture it, but it's an added element that you can just keep on your desk, and when you're creating, it might inspire you to do something extra with your frame. Okay. When this is a solid image, this hello friend is quite solid. This is outline, this is solid. I like to huff when I stamp something solid, and that moistens the ink so it actually stamps a little bit better. Cleaner, I guess I'd say, more full. I think I was over a little bit too far on that one, but it's just fine. Okay, done with that. All right. Okay, let's put this together. And I kind of have to turn it my way. I just don't know if I can do it upside down. All right, so now I want to decide what I want to punch for my leaves. And I did bring over the Shimmer in Color Vellum. I'm like, ooh, I think that would work very well for this. So I'm going to punch the bow out of the vellum. See, oh, that's shimmery too. And then for the bud, I think I will just do white and keep it simple. We'll see what I do with the other one, but isn't that just pretty? Very simple. And I considered bringing some more gold over, but I didn't have it handy, and then I forgot. So gold stems or leaves would be very, change that up when I do it next time. But I think we're okay to start adhering this. And I'm gonna actually pop this up, this whole panel, with dimensionals. Oh, I better do another one here. I don't know, it just adds another element to such a simple card. You could certainly layer this. If you layered it, since this is 2 1/4 by 4 3/4, if you did do the traditional 1/4 inch, you would do 2 1/2 by, by 5. This may not be perfectly balanced, but that's okay. So when you do this, I'm going to add a dimensional on this end. And because this is already popped up, this is what I like to do, is just put some adhesive on this side, and then you're not adding extra dimension. Okay. Okay, now we'll worry about getting this in there. And I may do my little trick using, wonder if they'll show, we'll see, using my mini glue dots where I roll them up just to give it a little added dimension. We're going to turn that over because this is the pretty shimmery side, and just put that rolled up glue dot, that one came off too fast, on this vellum leaves. It just gives it a little lift without having to, oops, that did not stick in the right place. Very sticky. And you could, I don't think I'm going to do it on all the leaves. It'll be supportive enough here. Oh, come on, you can go in there. Sticking to my fingers. Yep, the mini glue dots do not show. So this, I think that I like that in white. I do wish I would have had some gold paper over here so I could punch this out in gold, but I didn't bring any, sadly. So I'm just putting a little bit on the stem because I don't know where that's going to lay. There we go. Okay, what do you think of that? Now it needs a little something, and on here, do you see that little butterfly? There is, we have what they call brush brass butterflies. I think they're close enough to this gold. This is something new that just came out, and you'll be able to see it when, with the new catalog launch. I'm going to use just a tiny little one, and they are sticky back, and just kind of put that right here. I think it's far enough away that it doesn't detract. So yeah, there is one card. So I don't know if I really need to make the other one with you, but maybe I'll try something different with that one. What do you think? Maybe we'll do more gold. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think more gold would look good though? I don't know. It might get a little bit busy. But basically, once again, if you just join me, you're going to add adhesive to the outside edges and the inside. You want to catch all of your pieces. And if any of your adhesive comes off the edge, just give it a little fold over so you can push it back on and you won't notice it. Now, how you do your angle depends on how much you want. I like the fuller angle. When you look at, this one isn't quite as angled as this one, at least it doesn't appear to be, just slightly less. So I think a deeper angle is prettier. Now let's see if that's long enough. Ooh, just barely. I don't know if it is. I might have to save that one for another, we'll go down here. So again, when you put this on here, you want to push it right up against that paper. So now I'm looking for contrasting colors here as I'm adding, and differing sizes and widths as well. So how many of you are going to make one? Oh, I forgot to mention the door prize from last week. last week, oh gosh, I don't have the cards here. In fact, I think I already sent them away. I made them for Christmas. We made those triple square cards, and Sharon, I think she just is on right now. Sharon Rowland won the prize, so I am sending her a gift. She shared her card on the Let's Share post that I did, well, it's almost 2.5, 3 weeks ago. But you have 2 weeks from yesterday to make one of these cards and share it on my Let's Share page on Flowerbug's Ink Spot. So that earns you an opportunity to get a free embellishment when I do all my prizes. So yeah, I hope that you will enter, and we got to get some more gold in here. And share what you did. So we want to see what everybody did. What designer paper you used, what layout. I mean, this could be turned on its side, and you could have a tall, a wide card. You could do different sizes, but use the strip technique and to share one of your cards so we can see what you did. Let's see, we'll add this one next, I think. And then we have to do something wide. What do I have? Here we go. Okay, now we'll finish this up here. And this is kind of fun. It's almost like a puzzle. We've done this type of card before. But using these little strips and making your own background is kind of fun. I'm going to use this one. Anybody have any questions? Tomorrow I have Facebook Live, Tuesdays at 11, and we're going to be playing with techniques. So yeah, it should be fun. I've been working on the cards today. Okay, that one is done. It looks terrible, doesn't it? Before you actually finish it. Yeah, it does not look like anything good at all. Let's get these strips away. I can obviously make another couple cards with these pieces. They're just kind of fun to play with and to adhere. Okay. All right, I'll get the paper trimmer back in. Like I said, if you wanted to start out with a 2.5 inch, and it could be any size. It could actually be 2 3/4. It doesn't really matter. But I think it may be easier to see. Right now I can't see any flat edge because I covered it all up. So this is probably the hardest part of this card, because who knows? Oh yeah, I think that's off a little bit where that edge is. Oh, I know. I can kind of see once I take my piece out. Boy, that was pretty spot on. I got lucky. Okay, I'm pretty good at eyeballing. It's kind of one of my, gotta lift that up, one of my gifts, I guess I'd say. I can tell even fairly well. Okay, then after you get that first cut, all you do is use the edge of your paper trimmer to get those trimmed correctly. So then it's simple. Yeah, a little bit more gold on this one. And I am going to wait and not finish it until I get a piece of gold for that little piece right there. I think I will do that. I think it needs it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm anxious. Who's going to make some of these cards? I'd like to know who's going to make and share what they did. So don't forget, you get a free embellishment when you win, I guess. And usually there's anywhere from, I don't know, 8 to 20. I wonder if I should try it this way. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll try it this way this time. Something a little bit different. Doesn't have to be the same. But I am going to, like I say, wait and put a gold punched piece on this one to finish it up. It's really hard sometimes to get it straight. How many of you use rulers to get your words straight, to know what? Because on this curvy piece, it is very difficult to see what is straight. The only time sometimes you can do, only thing you can do is just try it and then adjust it if you can. Awesome, I'm glad you're gonna try. Oh, I'm going to punch one of these, and I could have had a different type of piece so I wouldn't waste that. Oh, and then it's caught. Okay. All right, but I do really like this punch. And you know, I really liked the lift that those little glue dots give you on here. I like that idea. It just, I don't know, it's not flat. I don't know if many of you like to add dimension like I do. I just really think it adds a finishing touch when your pieces are lifted just a little bit with dimension or mini glue dots like this or something like that. So we will do that. And like I said, I will add a gold little, I guess I'd call that, oh, I forgot what I said earlier. I totally drew a blank. Now I could use these gems too on this one, and maybe I'll do that. They kind of have a cherry cobbler look to them. I just don't know. They're cherry cobbler and evening evergreen, and they actually work with Pool Party and Coastal Cabana, and even like olive. They have so many different colors, pink and everything, but that red on those kind of throws me off on that, so I don't think I'm going to use those. But these garden gems are available just through January as well. They are while supplies last, so good deal. I think they're $6 for 140, I believe. So don't quote me, but I think that's the price on those. So anyway, those are the cards. I'll be posting them on my blog. I did post this one today, and then of course I'll post these later. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna add a little gold blossoms or buds. Buds, I think that's the word I was looking for. Eden Garden. This is Ever Eden, I believe. The stamp set that goes with this is Eden's Garden. So here is the flyer. If you're wondering what the number on this paper is, it's 159996. Oh wait, 159996 for that that designer paper. And the metallic sheets are in the holiday catalog, but I believe they're coming back. So I don't know when. But yeah, the Ever Eden and the cotton paper and the garden gems are all while supplies last through January 3rd, I believe. So this is the Eden's Garden Suite sneak peek or early release, I guess, exclusive collection. This bundle is coming back in the January through June catalog. So you'll see the Eden's Garden bundle. I didn't use that. Would have went perfect here, but I had this out and I decided to go with it. So yeah, it is really, really beautiful. Anyway, thank you for joining me. We're done for now, and I'll finish this up and post it later. And I will hopefully see some of you tomorrow on Facebook Live, 11 a.m. Central Time. All right, thanks so much. Have a great evening. I appreciate you watching. Okay, bye-bye.